Never Death Row Production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, next heavyweight champion of the world.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It is Wednesday, May 20th. Looking back at yesterday, we do hit on our solo bet. Our ladder play came through for us. We did hit on our 2-leg home run parlay. Could have been a much better day. We just needed the Dodgers on the run line. We would have hit on our 3-leg, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. I got stuck at the job last night. Got this video coming out to you late. Let's run through it. We got a full slate of baseball games. Get started nice and early. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into. Alright, first game up, we got the Reds in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies. The left-handed pitcher Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Reds. We got Aaron Nola on the mound for the Phillies. Alright, Abbott back on the mound for the Reds. Started off the season looking absolutely terrible. His last 3 outings, he's gotten back to form though, giving up 2 or less runs in all of those games. Today, he's going to see a Phillies lineup that got back Kyle Schwarber. He's going to play a big role in this one. This Phillies team matches up very well against Andrew Abbott. For one, in the last 2 weeks, they've been hitting left-handed pitching very well. Abbott throws that fastball 50% of the time. He's trying to strike guys out. He's at his best when he's working the Ks. This Phillies order is really not a strikeout order. They are able to draw a lot of walks. I see Abbott going about 5 innings here today, giving up 3 runs, turning it over to our Reds bullpen that I'm expecting to come in and give up a few. On the other side, we got Nola. In his last 2 starts, he's pitched 10 innings, giving up 9 runs. I see him coming out here today against the Reds lineup that is mediocre versus right-handed pitching. I can see Nola having a similar outing to his first 2 starts ago, where he goes about 6 innings, gives up 3 runs, turning it over to the Phillies bullpen that continues to play very well. Looking at the weather here today, 90 degrees at start, 1 o'clock start game, 10-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Phillies are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 10. I like the over 10 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking 1 Red, 1 Philly. I'm taking Elly De La Cruz of the Reds, Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies, both to hit home runs in this game today. Next up, we got the Astros in Minnesota taking on the Twins. Mike Burrows on the mound for the Astros, Joe Ryan on the mound for the Twins. Alright, we got Mike Burrows on the mound for the Astros. He continues to look mediocre at best. He's given up 2 or more runs in all of his outings. Today, he's going to be seeing our Minnesota Twins lineup. This series, they've been hitting the ball well. They almost pulled off a comeback last night against right-handed pitching. That's been their weakness. They're only batting .227. Mike Burrows pitches for a lot of contact. It's going to be pitcher-friendly weather out there in Minnesota. I can see Burrows going about 5 innings, giving up 2 runs here today, turning it over to Astros bullpen. Still the worst in the majors, but they've started to play much better of late. I could still see them coming in, giving up a run or 2. On the other side, we got Joe Ryan on the mound. His last 2 starts, 12 innings pitched, only 2 runs given up. He's gotten into form recently. I can see Joe Ryan having a very good outing here today, going about 5-6 innings, giving up a run, turning it over to a Twins bullpen that's also terrible. I see them coming in, giving up a run or 2 themselves. Looking at the weather here today, pitcher friendly, 55 degrees with a small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Twins are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I like the under 8 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Cody Clemens of the Twins for 2 total bases. Up next, we got the Rangers in Colorado taking on the Rockies. Jack Leiter on the mound for the Rangers. The left-handed pitcher Kyle Freeland on the mound for the Rockies. Alright, getting into this one, we got Jack Leiter on the mound for the Rangers. He's looked extremely mediocre this season. Hard hit rate at 48%. He's given up the 4th most home runs in Major League Baseball coming into this game here. For one, Jack Leiter's at his best when he's able to work the strikeouts. He's going to be seeing a Rockies lineup that strikes out the 4th most in Major League Baseball. That's definitely going to help Leiter. I can see him going about 5-6 innings in this one, giving up a run or 2, turning it over to Rangers bullpen. That's in a very good spot here today. The Rangers stomped on the Rockies yesterday, 10-0, so they were able to rest their bullpen. I could see them, the arms for the Rangers coming in, shutting the door on this Rockies lineup. On the other side, we got Kyle Freeland. Comes into this game with an ERA above 7. He's been absolutely terrible in his home starts this year. 4 home starts, ERA at 9.15. I can see him getting lit up once again by this Texas Rangers team. Looking at the matchup for him, there's 3 guys that really matched up well against him. That was Seager, Nemo, and Jung. So I could see Freeland coming out here today, having another bad outing, going about 5 innings, giving up 3 to 4, turning it over to a Rockies bullpen that I do like here today. I see them coming in, shutting the door on this Rangers lineup. It's out in Colorado, but we do have wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Rangers are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 10. I like the under 10 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking 2 Rangers in this one. Give me Jung for 2 total bases. Leiter to go over his strikeouts line, over 5.5 Ks. Up next, we got the Giants in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. Molly on the mount for the Giants. Kelly on the mount for the D-backs. Alright, getting into this one here. This was an evenly matched game in my opinion. We have 2 teams with completely taxed bullpens. I see the arms available for both of these teams coming in, giving up runs here today. Looking at the starting pitching matchup, on paper, I would say Kelly's been in much better form of late, but when we do the matchups for both of the starting pitchers, Tyler Mahle, the big thing with him this season is his hard hit rate. It's at 48%. This Diamondbacks lineup has been hitting the ball very well of late in their last 7 games played. They're batting .245 as a unit, slugging .401. I can see the Diamondbacks coming out here today, getting 3 off of Mahle in 5 innings pitched, getting another 2 off of this Giants bullpen. On the other side for Kelly, for one, Kelly actually has decent numbers against this Giants lineup in the past. They're still going to be down Lee, one of their better hitters. I can see Kelly having a decent outing once again here. He's been in good form of late. I see him going about 5-6 innings, giving up a run himself, turning it over to a Diamondbacks bullpen. I see them coming in, giving up a run, but it's not too much, not getting beat up in this one. Look, it's out in Arizona, so it's in the dome, no weather to swing anything. Let's get to the picks. The Diamondbacks are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the White Sox in Seattle taking on the Mariners. We got Burke on the mount for the White Sox, Hancock on the mount for the Mariners. Alright, this is a rematch of a game that was played last week with Burke and Hancock being the 2 starting pitchers. In that game, both of these starting pitchers gave up 6 runs each. The Mariners won that one 12-8 today. Well, we're out in Seattle, so it's a pitcher-friendly ballpark. It's been a low-scoring series up to this point. I can see both of these starting pitchers having successful outings here today. We're going to have wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Burke this season pitches much better in his road games. Hancock this season pitches much better in his home games. I can see, like I said, both of them going about 6 innings, giving up a run each, turning it over to the bullpens. This is a game of the bullpens where I will give the Mariners the big advantage in this game here today. The White Sox bullpen is taxed coming into it, so I give the White Sox the advantage. The Mariners the advantage late. Looking at the weather here today, like I said, pitcher friendly. We're gonna have 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond into the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Mariners are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Luke Raleigh of the Mariners to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Braves in Miami taking on the Marlins. Chris Sale on the mount for the Braves. We got Jansen Junk on the mount for the Marlins. Chris Sale off to an amazing start this season. Granted, his last 2 outings, he was getting hit up in those games. Today, he's going to be seeing a Marlins lineup that continues to struggle versus left-handed pitching. I can see Chris Sale. Granted, yesterday, they only got 2 runs off of Perez. Chris Sale is on a different caliber. I can see him coming out here today, going 6, possibly 7 innings, giving up a run, turning it over to a Braves bullpen that's rested. I see them coming in, closing the door on this Marlins lineup. On the other side, we got Jansen Junk. Started off the season looking amazing. His last 3 starts, he's been getting hit up. Hard hit rate in those 3 games at 48%. This Braves team got Ronald Acuna back. He looked good in that first game yesterday. The Braves are going to start. They cooled off for a little bit, but I'm expecting them to get it going offensively once again. I could see them hitting up Jansen Junk in this one. Jansen Junk going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, turning it over to a Marlins bullpen that continues to play very well. They're still one of the best bullpens in the majors. They're down in Miami in the dome. There's no real weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Braves are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and we're playing them on the run line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the over 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Matt Olson of the Braves to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Mets in DC taking on the Nationals. Thornton making his debut here for the Mets. We got Zach Littell on the mound for the Nationals. Alright, getting into this one, this has been a crazy series up to this point. They've split the first 2 games. Today we got the young right-handed pitcher Thornton making his debut for the Mets. Looking at his numbers in the minors, this wasn't a guy I was expecting the Mets to really bring up. I don't know if it's out of desperation, but his numbers in the minors did not look good. Fastball topping out at 95, 96. He was struggling with his command. He's going to be seeing a Nationals lineup that's been slapping up right-handed pitching. They got to Noah McLean yesterday, so I'm expecting them to get to Thornton here today. I can see Thornton going about 4 innings, giving up 3 runs, turning it over to a Mets bullpen that continues to play very well. They're rested coming into it. We spoke about their bullpen yesterday, saying that would be their disadvantage. We saw it late. I can see the Mets bullpen today coming in, shutting the door on this Nats bats. On the other side, we got Zach Littell on the mound for the Nationals. He's been one of the worst starting pitchers in the majors. Granted, his last 3 outings by his own standards has been much better. This Mets team has been crushing the ball of late. I can see the Mets coming out here today getting 4 or 5 runs off of Zach Littell. This Nationals bullpen's in a good spot coming into it, so I can see them coming in, shutting the door on the Mets. Looking at the weather here today, it's going to be hitter friendly. It's going to be about 80 degrees, but a small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Mets are the betting odd favorites in this game, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I like the over 9.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Juan Soto with the Mets to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Blue Jays in New York taking on the Yankees. Yes, Savage on the mound for the Jays. Cam Schlittler on the mound for the Yankees. Getting into this one here, the Yankees trying to complete the sweep of the Jays here today. A very good pitching matchup. We got the young right-handed pitcher, Yes, Savage on the mound for the Blue Jays. He's looked amazing in his 4 starts this season. The big knock on him, the walk rate, not to mention it, that walk rate is pushing his pitch count high very early in these games. He's getting taken out by the 5th inning. The Blue Jays got to turn to that bullpen early, which has usually been hurting them. Looking at the matchup for Yes, Savage here today, 6 left-handed bats in this lineup. Last season, he didn't have a problem with lefties. This season, that has been his downfall. I can see him struggling versus the left-handed bats in this Yankees lineup today. Guys like Bellinger and Rice really match up well against them. And then guys like Trent Grisham and Aaron Judge also match up well against them. I can see him going about 5 innings, giving up 2, turning it over to a Blue Jays bullpen that has not been playing well this series. I'm expecting them to continue that trend here today. It's going to be very hitter-friendly out there in the Yankee Stadium. Looking at Schlittler, continues his Cy Young start of the season he's having here. Looking at the matchup here for Schlittler, he's going to be seeing a predominant right-handed batting lineup in Toronto. I can see him going about 6-7 innings, giving up a run, if not going about 6-7 shutout. He matches up very well against this Blue Jays order. He's been pitching for contact, able to work the strikeouts. The Yankees bullpen now. This is where I see it being a bit tricky. I can see the Yankees bullpen coming in here today, blowing this game. I'm expecting a close game when the Yankees bullpen comes into this one. So it is a bit of a roll of the dice depending on how the arms come out. I can see them giving up a run or 2. Looking at the weather here today, it's going to be hitter friendly. We're going to have about 80 degrees. Strong gust of wind blowing from the diamond to right field, giving left-handed bats a slight advantage. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting off favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I like the over 8 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Aaron Judge with the Yankees to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Red Sox in Kansas City taking on the Royals. The left-handed pitcher early on the mound for the Sox, Michael Wacha on the mound for the Royals. Alright, getting into this one here, the Red Sox are trying to complete the sweep of the Royals. We got another good pitching matchup here. The young left-handed pitcher early on the mound for the Sox. He got lit up in his last 2 starts though. 2 starts ago, he gave up 6 runs. The weather's starting to get a lot warmer right now throughout, all the states. So we're going to see a lot of these starting pitchers' hard hit rate numbers go up in these next few weeks. Early, his last 2 starts, the hard hit rate has jumped up. It's at 51% in those last 2 games. This Royals lineup, middle of the pack team versus left-handed pitching. I can see early going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs here today. The Red Sox bullpen is in a good spot coming into it, but I can see the arms available for them, giving up a run or 2. On the other side, we got Michael Wacha on the mound. He's been really sharp this season. Ground ball rate at 41%. 7.5 Ks per 9 innings. He's looked really sharp this season. This Red Sox lineup has been playing well this series, but on the year they're a below mediocre team towards the bottom of the league. I can see Michael Wacha coming out here today having a really good start, going about 6 scoreless innings, turning it over to a Royals bullpen that I'm going to expect to come in and give up a few runs. Looking at the weather here today in Kansas City, it's going to be more on the hitter-friendly side. We're going to have a small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond, making it a bit more pitcher-friendly. Let's get to the picks. The Royals are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I like the under 8 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Brewers in Chicago taking on the Cubs. The left-handed pitcher Harrison on the mound for Milwaukee. We got Cabrera on the mound for the Cubs. All right, getting into this one here, we got the Brewers now trying to complete the sweep of the Cubs. Good starting pitching matchup in this one as well. Kyle Harrison on the mound for Milwaukee. The left-handed pitcher, I gotta give him credit. He is seeing top-level competition on all of his outings. He's really looked good in all of his starts. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to be seeing a Cubs lineup, 6 left-handed bats. He matches up very well against lefties. I can see Kyle Harrison going about 6 innings, giving up a run here today. Very pitcher-friendly weather in Chicago at Wrigley Field. I see him having a good outing, turning it over to a Brewers bullpen that continues to play very well of late. They're rested coming into it. I see them coming in this game, shutting the door on the Cubs. On the other side, we got Cabrera. Started off the season looking very sharp. His last 2 outings, though, he's been getting hit up. In his last 2 starts, hard hit rate at 49%. I can see this Milwaukee Brewers lineup coming out today. 7 left-handed bats, getting to Cabrera, getting to this Cubs bullpen very early. The Cubs bullpen continues to regress of late. I see them coming in, letting up a few runs. Looking at the weather here today, we have 15-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond, making it very pitcher-friendly. Let's get to the picks. The Cubs are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line. The game total set at 6.5. I like the over 6.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Bryce Terang of Milwaukee for 2 total bases. Up next, we got the Pirates in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. Molzinski on the mound for the Pirates. We got McGreevy on the mound for the Cardinals. Alright, getting into this one here, Molzinski continues to regress in all of his starts. He started off the year looking very good. Since the month of May to begun, he's really started to regress. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to be seeing a Cardinals team in their last 6 games. They're batting .278, slugging .415. They've been crushing the ball of late. They continue to play very well in their home games this season. The big thing for this Pirates lineup, this Pirates team, has been their bullpen. In the last 2 weeks, their bullpen ERA has skyrocketed. In their last 10 games played, this Pirates team has a bullpen ERA of 6.49. They can't come in and hold a drop of water lately. I can see Molzinski going about 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. This Pirates bullpen coming in, giving up another 2 minimum. On the other side, we got the young pitcher McGreevy. He's looked like an all-star starting off this season. Ground ball rate at 45%. Hard hit rate at 38%. He's looked really good this season. I can see McGreevy coming out here today. The top of the order for the Pirates with the left-handed bats do worry me for him. But other than that, I don't see him having a difficult time here today, going about 6 innings, giving up a run, if not 2, turning it over to a Cardinals bullpen that is also very mediocre. I see them letting up a run or 2 when they come into it. Looking at the weather here today in St. Louis, it's going to be more on the hitter-friendly side. We're going to have strong gust of wind, though. It's going to be about 80 degrees at start, but we're going to have a strong gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond, which will help favor the pitchers. Let's get to the picks. Alright, the odds makers have this game as a pick'em spot. They favor the St. Louis Cardinals. It's a 60 cents difference, and that's where I lean as well. I'm playing the Cardinals here on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Walker of the Cardinals for 2 total bases. Alright, next up we got the Dodgers in San Diego taking on the Padres. Shohei on the mound for the Dodgers. Vasquez on the mound for the Padres. Alright, getting into this one here, this series is split coming into this game. We got 2 good starting pitchers on the mound. Shohei continues his amazing start to the year on the mound. Looking at the matchup here today for him. For one, this Padres lineup is so damn inconsistent, it's difficult to gauge what they're going to come out and do. Yesterday, all their runs were off of home runs. Had they not gotten those 2 bombs from Manny Machado, I forgot who hit the other one, they would have been scoreless. But Like I said, very inconsistent offense. I could see Shohei going about 6 innings. If not scoreless, giving up a run, turning it over to a Dodgers bullpen that continues to play very well. On the other side, we got Vasquez on the mound. Off to an amazing start this season. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to see 6 left-handed bats in this Dodgers lineup. A bunch of guys that hit for power. I can see Vasquez struggling in this game. Going about 5-6, giving up 2 to 3 runs, turning it over to a Padres bullpen that continues to regress. They've looked terrible in their last 8 games played. They have a bullpen ERA now at 4.65. I see them coming in, giving up a few runs. It's going to be more on the pitcher-friendly side. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the over 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Muncy of the Dodgers for 2 total bases. And our final game of the day, we have the Athletics in Los Angeles taking on the Angels. Cavalli on the mount for the Athletics. We got Kakanowicz on the mount for the Angels. Alright, getting into this one, these two teams have split the first 2 games of the series. We got 2 starting pitchers on the mount in this game that have completely overachieved, in my opinion, guys that blew my expectations out of the water. I'm still expecting both of these guys to fall off a cliff eventually though. Both of them have expected ERAs a full point higher than it is right now. Looking at the matchup for both of them. For one, Cavalli this season in his road starts, ERA at 2.15. He's looked amazing in his road games this year. He's been dominant all year overall. He has, for one, he pitches for contact. He pitches for a lot of pop flyouts, a lot of ground outs. I could see that working against him here today, facing an Angels lineup that hits for a lot of power. I could see Cavalli going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, turning it over to an Athletics bullpen that is terrible. I see them coming in, giving up a bunch of runs. On the other side, we got Kakanowicz on the mount. He's coming off one of his worst starts of the year against the Dodgers, got lit up in that one. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to be seeing an Athletics lineup that's been hitting up right-handed pitching all season. I see the Athletics being able to get the Kakanowicz. Remember last year, this was a guy that had a high home run rate in Kakanowicz. I see him, like I said, getting hit up in this one, turning it over to an Angels bullpen that's completely terrible as well. There's going to be no advantages for the teams late. It really comes down to the starting pitchers and how far they're able to go into these games. Looking at the weather here today, guys, this is going to be the 4th best hitting weather game on the schedule according to Ballpark Pal. Plus 7% home runs. Let's get to the picks. The Athletics are the betting odds favorites in this game, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I like the over 9.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Brett Rooker of the Athletics to hit a home run today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Our first bet will be our ladder play, our solo bet. Yesterday the Guardians came through for us. The payout was $100.53. So today we'll be wagering that $100.53 on the Atlanta Braves on the run line. We're getting them at -105. This is our ladder play of the day. Up next, we have a 2-leg home run parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with Elly De La Cruz of the Reds, and we wrap it up with Aaron Judge of the Yankees, a $10 2-leg home run parlay. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we're playing here today, all money line picks. We started off with the Philadelphia Phillies. We're then going to play the Atlanta Braves, and we wrap it up with the St. Louis Cardinals, all 3 on the money line. Then our final bet of the day will be another 3-leg parlay. We started off with the New York Mets on the money line. We're then going to play that Mets Nationals game total to go over 9.5 total runs. And we wrap up the parlay with the Kansas City Royals on the money line. Once again, guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. My bad for getting this video out so late. My ass got caught up at work last night. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. We're halfway there. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.